In this video, we are demonstrating how to correctly perform a standing pivot transfer. The main purpose of this training video is to demonstrate how to do this transfer safely and correctly.
It is important to make sure you are performing these steps correctly so you or the person with a disability does not get injured.
In this video, we will talk about the correct ways and incorrect ways to transfer, the steps on how to do it, and demonstrate a transfer.
We will show you how to do it first and then break it down into steps.
Okay, I'm going to have you try and scoot as close to the front of the seat as you can, if you can. Okay, that's good. Now I'm going to wrap my arms around you, and I'm going to have you put your hands here and push up when I count to 3, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, now you can take 2 little steps to the side and sit down and scoot back. Okay.
The example we show is of chair to chair, but we will also explain chair to wheelchair after the demonstration.
The first step is to have the person you are transferring scoot their butt all the way to the front of the chair with their feet directly below them.
If needed, you can assist them while scooting to the front of the chair.
This is important so that it helps make the lifting easier for you and the person being transferred.
Tell the student to push up on the chair or arms of the chair as you lift to assist them.
Reach your arms around the back of the student and tell them to push up when you count to 3.
Count to 3 and then pull up on the student. Make sure during the whole transfer your knees are against the student's knees.
This will help with stability and help if the student does lose their balance. Tell the student to take 2 or 3 baby steps and in which direction while rotating to the chair.
Lower the student slowly into the chair and make sure the student is seated comfortably in the new chair. If you are using a wheelchair for this process, here are some steps you need to add into the beginning.
Make sure the wheels are locked and remove the armrest and footrest of the wheelchair on the side of the transfer.
Then remove the pelvic strap from off of the student all before you begin the transfer.
A gait belt is a belt that your student might be wearing.
It is used to help assist during the lift.
If the person who you are transferring is wearing one or has one with them, you can use it to help lift them.
When you reach your arms around them, grab the back of the belt and pull up on the belt.
Keep holding onto it and pulling up on the belt until the student is seated all the way. Communicating with your student throughout the whole transfer is super important. Here are some things to remember about communicating. Make sure you are communicating with the student before you begin and during the entire process of the transfer.
It is important to communicate with the student when and where you are touching them and what you are doing exactly so they are not caught off guard during the transfer.
Okay, now we're going to demonstrate how to do a standing pivot transfer slowly and break down the steps for you. So the first thing you want to do is if you're using a wheelchair, make sure to take off the leg rest and the arm rest on the side that you're transferring to. So I will take off both of these. And then make sure to take off the pelvic strap. And make sure to tell your student what you're doing to them when you're doing it. So Andy, I'm going to take off your pelvic strap now. Okay. The next step is to ask your student to scoot their butt all the way to the front of the chair. Andy, can you please scoot to the front of your chair? If you need to, you can help assist them and scoot them forward. Okay. The next step is to tell your student that when you lift up on them, to push down on the chair or the armrest to help assist in the lift. So Andy, when I count to 3, can you put your hands there and push all the way up? Okay, now you want to put your arms around the back of the student and let them know what you're doing. Okay, I'm going to put my arms around the back here to hold you up. Okay, we're going to count to 3 and I'm going to lift you. Make sure when you lift that your knees are against their knees the whole time for stability. This will help keep her more stable, and in case she does fall, she falls forward towards you. Okay, ready? We're going to lift up in 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're going to take 2 baby steps to the side, 1 back, and you can sit down. Okay, is that good? Make sure you tell the student how many steps to take in what direction so they know what's going on. Some important things to keep in mind while transferring are:
communicate with the person you are transferring.
Tell the student what you need them to do.
Be clear so that there is no confusion.
Be safe.
Make sure you know what you are doing to avoid injuries.
It can be done chair to chair, wheelchair to chair, or wheelchair to table.
The student usually has some mobility but will still need a good amount of support.
Make sure the wheelchair is secure.
Have the chair at a 90-degree angle from each other.
Remember that no 2 students are the same and that no 2 assisted lifts will be the same.
Most students who need assistance will have an aide with them who will teach you an accurate lift.
Some things that should never be done during the transfer are
Expecting that the student can do it on their own with no assistance.
trying to lift the student without scooting them to the front of the chair first.
Stop moving them or touching them without any verbal warning.
Don't let the student put their arms around your neck while transferring.
Don't drop them quickly onto the new chair or table.
Okay, now we're going to show some examples of things that you should never do. So one first thing that you should never do is try lifting the student from this angle. The student's too far back and it'll put too much strain on your back, so it's really important to have them scoot to the front of the chair first. So scoot to the front. Okay, that's good. Another important thing to remember is never touch the student or start moving them without telling them first, because they'll get startled and won't know what's going on and they might feel uncomfortable. The next thing that you should never do is when you lift the student, never have them put your arms around your neck. If I try to lift from that, it's going to put too much strain on my neck and you could get injured. Okay, now as you lift them, when you bring them to the new chair, don't just drop them from here, because they might get hurt and they might fall out of the chair or something. So make sure you safely put them down slowly and make sure they feel comfortable in their chair first. It is important to keep yourself safe during the transfer too. Knowing the correct body mechanics will help ensure safety for you and the student you are transferring. Here are some tips to help keep you and your body safe.
Plan your lift.
Ask for help if it is needed.
Widen your base of support.
Bend your knees.
Tighten your stomach muscles.
Lift with your leg muscles.
Keep your load close.
And keep your back straight. Okay, I'm going to have you try and scoot as close to the front of the seat as you can, if you can. Okay, that's good. Now I'm going to wrap my arms around you, and I'm going to have you put your hands here and push up when I count to 3, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, now you can take 2 little steps to the side and sit down and scoot back.
Some main points to take away from this training video are as follows.
Communicate to the student throughout the whole transfer.
Make sure to ask the student if they feel comfortable in the new chair.
Know what you are doing exactly before you begin to avoid injuries.
Use the correct body mechanics to keep your body safe.
If using a wheelchair, make sure it is locked and the correct parts are off.
Plan your lift before you begin.
And minimize distance of travel.
Thanks for watching. We hope you took away a lot of important things from this video.
We hope you can now comfortably and safely assist in lifts.